Hello historical people, Wes, English Longsword Bollocks, and today I want to talk about foins. Firstly, thank you very much, because I've done absolutely no videos for a long time now, and I've somehow got to like 500 subscribers, which is cool if you're into YouTube stuff. So I've been wrong about a few of the translations and stuff. I've had to do a lot of reading. We've had some good comments, good messages, good chats with a couple of people, a couple of other YouTube channels as well, about this foin. Okay, I was going along with some fun new hippie idea of it being lunges, so like Fore-Foyne, Back-Foyne, and then no idea where the Bow-Foyne would have taken me really. I did have a go at trying to do it on, if you see my old ladder roll video, but I think it does make more sense to just be a thrust. Okay. Funny thing, the word derives, or the word thrust and the word foin are both separate words. Thrust is Norse word, Old Norse word, or it comes from an Old Norse word, whereas foin comes from an Old French word. And they both mean sort of the same thing, and they're kind of used interchangeably because we're English, we don't give a shit. We just use whatever words we want. So, what does a Fore-Foyne look like? What does a Back-Foyne look like? What does a Bow-Foyne look like? Fore-Foyne is quite simply a thrust moving forward, okay? Whether that's with a passing step, which tends to be probably the best if you're going to go with that as a kill. But you could just as easily use Fore-Foyne forward. Back-Foyne is pretty much the same, just going backwards. So if I'm here, be there. Obviously in the second one, you kind of up here, so it might look something a bit more like that. And then the Bow-Foyne was the one that was totally confusing, and I think, to be fair to him, the Guild of Knightly Arts probably did the best thing I've seen on that so far, which is where they say the Bow-Foyne is the sword bowing. Okay, so the sword is coming down as opposed to you coming down or using it like a fucking bow and arrow, which makes no sense. Well, technically makes sense, but yeah, whatever. So the Bow-Foyne would be when you thrust into or from this kind of high ox position. So you're really looking to, drive that sword down and into him. Those of you from sparring, you'll know if you catch a bind, you get a massive leverage advantage from there. Think of like bicorno sort of thing. Obviously the Bow-Foyne isn't a bicorno, but operates under similar sort of leverage principles. So Fore-Foyne, Back-Foyne, and then a Bow-Foyne. So I'm assuming you have to go forward with a Bow-Foyne. Maybe it doesn't really matter, but sort of stop thrust as I'm moving backwards, a more kind of offensive thrust for the Fore-Foyne. Then the Bow-Foyne is like a leverage, something that's taking advantage of the leverage in the crossing of the swords. That's kind of where I've got to with those at the minute. That's my current understanding of them. Might still change. We've got loads of time to make shit up, so see what happens. But yeah, hopefully that clears a few things up. Maybe that'll be useful. See you in a bit.